Welcome back, everyone, to the Metaphysics Podcast.
I'm Louise Hicks.
I'm Dennis Goddard, and we are so glad you could join us for another deep dive into the world of manifesting, specifically money.
Yes.
This is episode 4 of our Manifesting Money series.
Right.
And we're getting into some really juicy stuff today. Balancing work and well-being.
Yes.
You know, that feeling of having to sacrifice everything to make ends meet? That's what we're tackling.
It's so common.
Buckle up, because this episode is all about overcoming that sacrifice mindset.
I love it.
Stick with us to the end for a powerful perspective shift that could change your entire approach to attracting abundance.
You know what's so fascinating about this topic?
What's that?
Is that so many of us have been conditioned to believe that financial success requires intense effort, long hours, and often putting our own well-being on hold.
Yes.
It's almost like we've bought into this idea that we need to suffer to prosper.
Like we're programmed to think, no pain, no gain.
Exactly.
But what if that very belief is actually creating a block, preventing us from attracting the financial abundance we truly desire?
Such a good point.
What if that hustle harder mentality is actually working against us?
It really can be. You know, this idea of divided energy is key here.
Yeah.
You say you want $1 million,
Right.
but then balk at the idea of actually doing what it takes to earn it. Or you dream of a fulfilling career, but feel trapped and resentful in your current job.
I know that feeling.
That inner push-pull is what we call divided energy.
Okay, so let's unpack this concept of divided energy a bit more.
Yeah.
Help us really understand this.
Sure.
So we can see how it relates to the sacrifice mindset.
Absolutely. Divided energy is essentially wanting something
Right.
while simultaneously doubting its possibility.
Interesting.
It's that internal struggle. Yeah.
Desiring something but not truly believing you can have it.
Right.
And that conflict
Okay.
creates a ton of discomfort and frustration.
Yeah, I can see that.
You see, when your energy is divided, you're sending out mixed signals to the universe.
Okay.
On one hand,
Yeah.
you're putting out the desire for what you want.
Okay.
But on the other hand,
Yeah.
you're vibrating at a frequency of doubt and lack.
So it's like wanting to win a race,
Yes.
but not believing you're fast enough to actually
Right.
cross the finish line first.
That's a great analogy.
You're holding yourself back before you even begin.
Exactly. And it's that lack, that disbelief
Right.
that ultimately blocks
Right.
the manifestation of your desires.
So that's where the sacrifice comes in.
Yeah.
We believe we have to endure this soul-crushing job, this financial struggle, this constant uphill battle, just to reach some magical future point of abundance. We're essentially telling ourselves, I don't have enough now, so I must sacrifice and suffer to get it later.
Right.
And guess what?
What's that?
That creates a vicious cycle that just pushes the fulfillment of our desires further and further away.
Okay, so how do we break free from this cycle?
Wow.
What can we do to ditch this sacrifice mindset
Yeah.
and start attracting the abundance we crave?
One of the most powerful techniques,
Okay.
and one we hear a lot in this field, is to act as if
Okay.
you already have what you desire. Now, before you write this off as some fluffy fake it till you make it tactic,
Right.
hear me out.
Okay.
It's not about denying your current reality or pretending things are different than they are.
Right.
It's about cultivating the feeling of having what you want.
So if I'm dreaming of, say, financial freedom, I should act as if I already have it.
Yes.
Even if my bank account tells a different story.
Imagine the freedom you'd feel if you were financially secure.
Right.
How would you carry yourself? How would you spend your days?
Interesting.
What would bring you joy?
Okay.
Tap into those feelings. Embody that version of yourself.
Yeah.
Even if it feels a little silly at first,
Okay.
what you're doing is aligning your vibration with the energy of your desire.
This reminds me of that woman who manifested her dream home
Oh, yeah.
simply by imagining herself living there.
Right.
She would walk through each room in her mind, feeling the joy and gratitude of having it.
Yeah.
And within a few months, it became her reality.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
And there are countless stories like that.
Hmm.
The key is to shift your focus
Okay.
from the lack
Yeah.
to the feeling of abundance.
Got it.
Let's say someone is struggling
Yeah.
to increase sales in their business. Instead of dwelling on the lack of sales, they can visualize their products flying off the shelf.
Oh, wow.
Customers raving about their experience.
Right.
And the feeling of success and fulfillment that comes with it.
It's about shifting your energy from I'm struggling to make ends meet to my business is thriving and I am abundant.
Precisely. And that shift in energy is what opens the door for those desires to manifest in your reality.
This is fascinating stuff, folks.
Yeah, it is.
But I have to admit, I can see how it might be challenging to consistently act as if when we're bombarded with messages about hard work and sacrifice, especially when it comes to money.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
It takes a conscious effort to shift deeply ingrained beliefs and overcome years of societal conditioning. But here's the thing.
Okay.
When you understand that your energy is what shapes your reality, you realize that hard work and sacrifice aren't actually prerequisites for abundance.
Wow.
They might even be holding you back.
We are dropping truth bombs today.
Yeah, we are.
I can't wait to hear more about this in part 2 of today's deep dive.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it.
And while you're at it,
why
not leave us a comment and let us know what resonates with you so far.
Yeah.
We love hearing from our listeners.
Absolutely. See you in part 2.
See you then. Welcome back to the Metaphysics Podcast. I'm glad you decided to stick with us for part 2 of this deep dive.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone.
Into ditching the sacrifice mindset.
So before the break, we were talking about how acting as if we already have what we want can shift our energy and align us with our desires.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to acknowledge that it's not always easy to do this.
Absolutely.
We all have those pesky limiting beliefs that can sabotage our efforts.
They can be sneaky little things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Limiting beliefs are like invisible barriers that prevent us from reaching our full potential.
It's true.
They often stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or even fears that we've internalized over time.
Yeah.
And they can be real sneaky.
They are.
Operating on a subconscious level and undermining our efforts without us even realizing it.
It's true.
So how do we identify these limiting beliefs?
Well,
I feel like sometimes I don't even know what they are.
Yeah.
But I know something is holding me back.
It starts with awareness.
Okay.
Pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that come up, especially when you're thinking about money.
Right.
Notice any patterns of negativity or self-doubt.
Okay.
Do you find yourself thinking things like, I'm not good with money, or money is the root of all evil?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe I'll never be rich.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely had those thoughts creep in.
Yeah.
Especially that whole money is the root of all evil thing.
Right.
I guess I picked that up somewhere along the way. And it's hard to shake.
That's a common one.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that our beliefs are not necessarily facts. They're simply thoughts that we've repeated to ourselves so often that they've become ingrained in our subconscious.
Interesting.
But just like we've created those beliefs, we have the power to uncreate them and replace them with more empowering ones.
Okay. That makes sense.
Good.
But how do we actually do that?
Well,
how do we reprogram those deeply ingrained thought patterns?
One powerful technique is to challenge those limiting beliefs with evidence to the contrary. If you find yourself thinking, I'm not good with money, start looking for examples of people who are financially successful who might not have a traditional financial background.
Like entrepreneurs who started with nothing and built empires.
Exactly.
Or everyday people who've managed to create financial stability for themselves and their families.
Exactly. And if you have that belief that money is evil, challenge it by focusing on all the good that money can do in the world. Think about the charities that are funded by generous donations, the families who are supported by businesses, and the opportunities that are created through investments.
Okay, I'm starting to see how we can flip the script on these negative beliefs.
Good.
But what about affirmations?
Yes.
I've heard those could be helpful too.
Affirmations are a fantastic tool.
Okay.
They work by repeatedly exposing your mind to positive statements that align with your desired beliefs.
Okay.
So instead of saying, I'm bad with money, you could say, I am a magnet for financial abundance, or I am worthy of financial freedom.
So the more we say it, the more we start to believe it.
Really.
I can see how that would shift our energy.
Yes.
And attract more abundance into our lives.
Exactly.
But I think another obstacle is this idea that we have to work hard and sacrifice to achieve success.
That's a big one. And it often ties back to those limiting beliefs you're just talking about.
Yeah.
We might believe that we're not worthy of abundance unless we've earned it through sweat and toil.
Right.
And that can lead to burnout, resentment, and ultimately blocking the flow of abundance.
So what's the alternative?
Well,
are you saying we shouldn't work hard?
Not at all.
Okay.
Or strive for our goals.
All right.
It's not about being lazy or passive.
Okay.
It's about finding a balance between effort and ease.
Okay.
Between action and allowing.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this balance between effort and ease.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Imagine you're trying to push a heavy boulder uphill. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Frustrating. And you're not making much progress.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what it feels like to operate from a place of force and struggle.
Right.
But now imagine you're surfing.
Okay.
You're effortlessly gliding along, propelled by a force greater than yourself.
Wow.
That's what it feels like to be in alignment with the flow of abundance.
Okay, I can see the difference.
Yeah.
Surfing sounds a lot more enjoyable than pushing a boulder uphill.
A lot more fun.
But how do we get into that flow state? Why don't we tap into that effortless energy?
One key is to shift your focus from the having to the being.
Interesting.
Instead of obsessing over the money itself, focus on embodying the qualities of the person you want to become.
Okay.
How would that person think,
right,
feel, and act?
So if I want to be financially free,
yes,
I should focus on feeling abundant and free right now, even if I'm not there yet.
And as you embody those feelings, you'll naturally start to attract the resources and opportunities that align with your desired state.
So it's about aligning your energy with the vibration of abundance.
That's such a powerful shift in perspective.
But I think a lot of people struggle with this.
Yeah.
They get so caught up in the hustle and grind that they forget to enjoy the journey.
And that's where the real magic happens.
Okay.
When you can find joy in the process, when you can appreciate the small wins along the way, you raise your vibration and become a magnet for even more good things.
So it's not about denying the challenges or pretending everything is perfect.
Not at all.
It's about choosing to focus on the positive, to find the good, and to cultivate a sense of gratitude for what we already have.
Gratitude is like a superpower.
Wow.
It shifts our energy from lack to abundance. And opens us up to receive even more blessings.
This is all resonating so much with me. I feel like I'm starting to see things in a whole new light.
That's wonderful. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. We all have moments of doubt and struggle. But the more we can practice these principles, the easier it becomes to shift our mindset and align with the abundance we deserve.
We'll continue unpacking this in part 3 right after this break.
Sounds great.
Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back for the final part of this deep dive on ditching the sacrifice mindset.
Yes.
And I have to say, this conversation has been a real eye-opener for me already.
Good, I'm glad.
So I'm excited to hear what we're going to talk about now.
I'm excited to wrap up with a discussion about inspired action. You see, a lot of people think that manifesting is all about sitting on a meditation cushion and visualizing their dream life into existence. But it's so much more than that.
So can you break this down for us?
Yeah.
What is inspired action?
Okay.
And how does it fit into this whole manifesting thing?
Inspired action is about aligning your outer world with your inner world.
Okay.
It's about taking action that feels good. That feels aligned with your soul's purpose.
Okay.
And that moves you closer to your goals.
All right.
And here's the key. Inspired action feels effortless.
Interesting.
It's not about forcing or pushing or struggling. It's about flowing.
So how can we tell the difference between inspired action and just forcing ourselves to do something out of obligation?
Think of it this way. Forcing yourself to do something feels like pushing a heavy boulder uphill.
Right.
It's grueling.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. And you're likely not making much progress.
Okay.
It's coming from a place of resistance.
Okay, I can definitely relate to that feeling.
Yes.
Dragging myself to the gym when I really don't want to go.
Yes.
Not fun.
Now imagine riding a wave.
Okay.
You're effortlessly gliding along, propelled by a force greater than yourself.
Right.
That's what inspired action feels like.
That surfing analogy again.
Yes. It's joyful. It's exciting.
Right.
And it takes you further faster than you could ever imagine.
That's a fantastic analogy.
Thanks.
So how do we know when we're taking inspired action?
Well,
what are some signs to look for?
One of the biggest signs is that it feels good.
Okay.
It might even feel a little bit scary.
Right.
As it's taking you outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But there's an underlying sense of excitement and alignment. Like, this is the right move. This is where I'm supposed to be.
It's like that little voice inside is cheering you on.
Yes. Another sign is that opportunities seem to present themselves effortlessly. It's like the universe is conspiring to support you in taking that next step.
Right.
You might randomly run into someone who has a connection to your dream job, or you stumble upon a course that teaches you exactly the skills you need to launch your business.
It's almost like the universe is saying,
yes,
here you go.
Yeah.
This is what you need.
Exactly. Those synchronicities, those seemingly coincidental events are often signs that you're on the right track.
So inspired action isn't about forcing things to happen.
No.
It's about being in the flow.
Yeah.
Following our intuition.
Right.
And taking aligned steps when they feel right.
Exactly.
It's about trusting the process.
And
surrendering to the journey.
Yes. And sometimes inspired action is simply about taking a break. Recharging your batteries. And allowing yourself to receive inspiration. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and grind. But it's in those moments of stillness when we're not trying to force things to happen. That the most brilliant ideas and opportunities often come to us.
So true.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best thing we can do is step away from the problem and allow space for inspiration to flow in.
And as we wrap up this episode, I want to remind you that manifesting financial abundance isn't just about attracting the money itself. It's about embodying the energy of abundance in all areas of your life, your relationships, your health, your creativity, your purpose.
It's about living a rich, fulfilling life in every sense of the word.
Precisely. And as you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, as you start to act as if and take inspired action, you'll be amazed at the synchronicities, opportunities, and abundance that flows into your life.
This has been such a powerful conversation.
It has.
And I hope our listeners are feeling inspired.
Me too.
To ditch the sacrifice mindset and step into their full potential.
Absolutely.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to check out the other episodes.
Yes.
In our Manifesting Money series.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling extra inspired, we encourage you to share your biggest takeaway from this episode in the comments below.
We'd love to hear from you.
We love hearing from you, and we're here to support you. On your journey to abundance. Until next time, remember that you are worthy.
You are powerful.
You are powerful.
And you are capable of creating the life of your dreams.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.